15 months late, but finally here, the Indian Army today received its first AH-64E Apache helicopters. That's them you see in these pictures. These are frontline battlefield predators, not for no reason called the world's most feared and formidable attack helicopters. And I cannot help thinking, if these had arrived just a few weeks earlier, it's almost certain they would have been on combat patrol duty near the Pakistan border in the tense days after the Pahalgam terror attack. Today, by the way, is 3 months since the attack. But they're here now, and they're home-based in Jodhpur in Rajasthan. And unlike the sky grey Indian Air Force Apaches, which arrived a few years earlier, these Indian Army Apaches wear a sharp desert camouflage that tells you exactly where they will be flying in just days from now. Of course, you've already guessed it since I said Jodhpur, the Thar Desert Frontier. That hot line between India and Pakistan where dust, distance and deception often define the balance of power. The balance is shifted thanks to these helicopters, viewer. Picture this, another terror attack, God forbid, in Kashmir. Pakistan's response, as always, is to push its armored vehicles, its tanks and other weapons close to the international border in Rajasthan. Their instinctive move, expecting a major Indian response of some kind. A familiar old game of defense by offense. But this time, something would be very, very different. Because circling over the horizon, the next time something like this happens, if it does, masked by sand dunes and evening haze, would be a pair, just think about it, of Indian Army Apache helicopters. Their sensors looking at everything. Their radars locking on silently. One of them lets off a single Hellfire missile. It comes out of nowhere and smashes into a Pakistani tank. A message, come any closer, and the entire column of Pakistani vehicles will be decimated. And all this while the helicopter remains completely out of sight and out of range, probably behind a sand dune or a hill. Now, these helicopters won't need to cross the border to change the battle calculus. Their incredible longbow radar system allows them to detect and destroy enemy vehicles from miles away. They can remain hidden behind terrain, rising for just a few seconds to deliver a precision kill, and then disappearing again, day or night. That's the amazing thing. Pakistani forces will know that they are being watched. Every moment could be their last, except that they won't see it coming. The Apaches come at a huge cost. They are not cheap, but they're also not entirely imported. That's the good news. The main fuselage of these helicopters, can you believe it, viewer? I bet you didn't know this, are made right here in India by Indian hands, in fact, just outside Hyderabad. And there's a strong push to manufacture even more parts of this formidable helicopter right here on Indian soil in the future. The Apache's arrival marks a turning point. From now on, with every act of terror treated as an act of war, the Indian Army isn't just watching the desert front, it's waiting to hunt across it.